So we'll move on the final written question. Can I ask Councillor Ryan? Please. Councillor Ryan, have any supplementary question for Councillor Kelcher, please?
Yep.
You have 1 minute.
First of all, thank you to Councillor Kelcher for his lengthy response. As tonight's deputations should have made clear, there are a number of issues and a number of failings in South Kilburn, so I'd like to raise 2 examples to try and get more specific responses. Firstly, in 2009, as Pete Furman had alluded to earlier, Brent Council engaged in a public-private partnership that culminated in the completion of Granville New Homes. It was purchased for $17 million, and the rectification works required still have not been carried out as a result of defective
30 seconds, please.
And those rectification costs now are in excess of $25 million. In light of that example, can Councillor confirm that the cost of any potential repairs arising from this single developer contract in South Kilburn will rest exclusively and explicitly with the contractor responsible? And secondly, 2 months ago, a decision was published that would allow Countryside Properties to sell 143 new-build units in South Kilburn to a US private equity firm. Can the Council commit to ensuring that in the midst of housing crisis, he will not allow any more units in South Kilburn to be sold to predatory rent-seeking private equity firms?
Councillor Kelcher, you have 2 minutes to reply, please.
Well, yeah, first of all, can assure you that absolutely we're going through the process at the minute around the single development provider, and I can absolutely assure you that social value is at the heart of it. So I think one of the issues we had before is quite patchy. We've had various different developers doing different parts of South Kilburn and working on all of that as well. So when I've had my very first meetings with the team around this decision, which will be a major decision probably taken in September. All the questions I asked in the initial sort of thing and I was wanting to drill into were around social value. So any provider which is given the SDP will have to demonstrate a previous sort of expertise. We want them to invest in South Kilburn, not just build in South Kilburn. And one of the principles within the single delivery partnership will be review, refine, revise. So it would be absolutely built into the contract that will have particularly KPIs. It's a material term within the contract, right? So if we say, social value has to be part of that, then that they will be held to that in the contract. And one of the mechanisms we have for that is, even though it's a single delivery partner to complete the blocks that still need to be done within the wider development area, the sites are released one at a time. So if they, do not fulfil their functions on the first one they develop, or there's an issue there, we don't let them move on to the next one until we're satisfied all of that has been done. And just one final thing is the team are also organising a cross-party sort of briefing on this decision and on the wider work of it. So we'd be very happy to have a much more in-depth conversation we can have tonight around that at that particular one as well, because I think I'm getting called for time. But absolutely, social value 100% at the heart of this decision.
Thank you, Councillor Kelcher.